Hey vets, have you been sitting at a rating, the same rating for a really long time and looking at the VA disability thing and saying, I know that I rate higher, but I just don't know where to go. I don't know where to start. That's what today's video is all about. I've got 4 tips for you, 4 things that I think you should consider, look into, take a look at, and just use this information to inspire you to come up with a game plan and just get a quick win. That's all we want. That's all you're trying to get out of this video, is just one quick win to take you from wherever you are to increase your rating, maybe 30%, maybe 50%, maybe just 20%, just to get you a little bit higher than where you were before, to get you a little bit closer to where you deserve. Before I jump into those 4 steps, I'm gonna ask you for a favor. Please hit the subscribe button if the quality of this content helps you out. If you get something from it, hit the subscribe button. Help me out with that. In return, if you have questions, throw them in the comment section below. I want to help you answer those questions, but I need to know what they are. So just jumping right into this, right? We're looking for a quick win. Obviously, the first quick win that I'm going to talk about are presumptive claims. Why are these quick wins? How can these help you? There's a lot of presumptive claims out there right now, especially with the PACT Act. If you served, if you're a post 9/11 era vet and you deployed overseas to certain locations, there's so many conditions out there that are presumptive for you, things that you may have. If you have them, these are quick wins. Tinnitus is a quick win that is pretty much presumptive for so many different jobs in the military. Check and see, if you don't have this one definitely should be something that you get, because it won't necessarily be going away, but the rating for it will be. It'll be classified under hearing. So if this is something that you've never claimed for and you have tinnitus, you should definitely claim it, and you will increase your rating by at least 10%, and could be more depending on the secondary conditions connected to it. So how do you do it? If you have a presumptive claim, well, first I want you to Google presumptive disabilities and see if anything in there looks like it would be a claim that you qualify for. And if it is, then I want you to take that next step and figure out what you got to do. And really, if it's new for you, you're just going to open up a claim and you're going to submit that claim. I would suggest submitting it with a personal statement and, of course, a current diagnosis from a doctor, and then just explain why this is a claim that you qualify for. Maybe tell them that it's a presumptive claim, and then explain in your personal statement how you qualify for the presumptive status of it. And that's a quick win. Now, moving on to number 2, these are secondary service connections. Now, these are not easy to get, but they can be if you develop a strategy. And if you're watching this video, you already have a rating and you're just looking for a quick win to get you a little bit higher. And so you already have service-connected conditions. Now what you need to know is, do I have any current conditions that I can consider secondary to something that's already connected to service? And that's, sometimes that can be really hard. But in the spirit of this video being quick wins, I have a quick worksheet. It's got I think 15 different conditions with common secondary conditions, 4 or 5 of them for each one. If you want that, just type in secondary worksheet in the comment section below, and I'll send you a quick file. I suggest that you get that and you print it out and you put it with all your VA claim stuff, because you can reference this later on. And if you don't want to do this, you can just Google it. But this is free for you, so check it out. So if you go on that list, on this list that I have, and you find one that matches, let's say that you have a condition and you look and there's 4 common conditions connected to it. If one of those you think that you have or you do have, the next thing you need to do is you need to talk to your doctor and try and get a Nexus letter. A Nexus letter essentially is just medical evidence that can prove to the VA that it's more likely than not that this condition that you currently have service connected is connected or caused or aggravated the condition that you currently have. And there's also other research that you can find on the internet that you can submit that with. I will be honest with you, these secondary conditions can be a little bit more complicated and complex than regular ones. But if you also check out my website, informedveteran.com, There's links to that in the description box below. If you click on that, I have a Nexus Letter directory that's free of charge to the vets that are going on that website. And there's a bunch of doctors on there that have experience with VA claims, and they write they write Nexus Letters. And obviously secondary conditions is something that most of them have expertise in. I would say all of them have expertise in. So submitting that along with your personal statement and your current diagnosis and what you already have as a secondary, or what could be considered a secondary service connection, folks, that could be a very easy win for you, and to get that rating increased. So check that out. Moving on to the next one, the third one, you want a quick win, file an increase. How do you know if you've increased? It's simple. You look at your ratings, you look at where you currently are, and then you look at where the VA criteria is, and you figure out, do I have symptoms that match the next rating up? If I'm at 10% for something and I look at the 30% rating, do my symptoms align with that 30% rating? Well, how do you find all that information? There's two ways. Number one, of course, I created a helpful guide for that. I think it's a 2-page VA ratings guide. If you want that, it's free. I'll send it to you, VA ratings guide. In the comment section below, I'll send you a quick link to a file, free of charge, of course. And that is essentially a bunch of conditions that are common, and it has a quick, it's like a quick reference guide. So, it'll tell you like 10%, these are the symptoms. 20%, these are the symptoms. 30, these are the symptoms, and it's quick. VA ratings guide, put that in the comment section below. If you don't want to do that, just go on Google for the condition that you currently have and just find the symptoms in the next category and just see. If it doesn't apply to you, you don't put in for an increase, but if it does, you do. But how do you ask the VA for an increase? Well, you need to submit an appeal for a higher rating. What evidence do you need? If you have any medical evidence that's new that has not been looked at, please send that with them. But you also want to write a personal statement to explain how these symptoms, have affected your life, how severe they are, how frequent they are, and what types of symptoms they are. And you should look at that rating criteria to make sure that not that your statement matches what it says, but that at least the symptoms that you have are aligned with that increased rating. So that's very important and a very easy way or a very quick way to increase your rating. I hope that these are inspiring to you. I've got one more, and this one's just looking back at old claims that have been denied and grabbing those decision letters, okay? Where do you get those decision letters? You probably threw them away if it was years ago, but you can always go on the VA app. You can ask the VA to send them to you, and you just look at them, and you look at claims that you had back then that were denied, and you got frustrated and you didn't pursue them any further. I want you to look at why you were denied, because sometimes we're denied for the silliest things, and the VA will tell you in black and white, you just need to provide additional medical evidence to support X, Y, and Z, or whatever the case is. And just read those. They have to tell you what the problem is or was and why they denied it. So just take a look at them and figure out, is there something that I could have provided that I can provide now to get a quick win, to increase your rating and make you feel better about this whole process? Because it is very frustrating to be underrated and to know that you're underrated, but just not have a good motivation to get you there. That's what this video is. I want you to get motivated. I want you to be inspired. I just gave you 4 quick tips. Just take one of these. Either find presumptive conditions, download my secondary worksheet, comment secondary worksheet down below, see if you're connected for any of those, and then look at the commonly connected ones and see if any of them match up. If they do, grab a highlighter, highlight it, and work out a game plan to either get the Nexus letter, get your medical evidence from your doctor, your personal doctor, whatever it is that you need to get that quick win. I also talked about filing for an increase for something that got worse. You need my VA ratings guide. Just comment that down below, VA ratings guide. Easy worksheet to look at and figure out where you are on the map. If you're rated lower than what you should be, use that worksheet to get you there. Circle it and come up with a game plan to get a personal statement. That one's a super easy one. And then the last one was just simply reopening claims as a supplemental file, okay? Figuring out why they denied you and then fixing or providing them with whatever they told you that you needed and get your VA claim up. These are quick wins. Again, comment VA ratings guide for to figure out if you could be rated at a higher rating for a specific claim, or secondary worksheet if you want the list of common secondary conditions, then that will help you out. I hope that this video inspired you. Please submit your claims and get your VA disability ratings increased.